So the New Orleans area, they're preparing for that possible tropical weather later this week.
In St. Bernard, the parish president spent the morning leading by example at the bottom of a storm drain. Paul Murphy joining us in Arabi with that story. Paul.
Katie Charisse, with bad weather brewing, sometimes public officials like to toss around the phrase all hands on deck. And here in St. Bernard, it's more than a cliche for Parish President Louis Pomes. According to the National Hurricane Center, there's a 40% chance of at least a tropical depression forming in the Gulf this week. On Tuesday morning, St. Bernard Parish President Louis Pomes didn't just talk about storm preparations. He grabbed his boots and descended into a storm drain in Arabi, personally clearing a clogged drainage pipe. The blocked pipe has caused street flooding near the parish line on St. Claude Avenue during recent heavy rains.
It looks like we have two truck tires that are jammed up into a 36-inch drain pipe that drains everything from St. Claude back to the river on one side.
Pomes doesn't mind leading by example. Before being elected president, he served as chief of operations for the St. Bernard Department of Public Works.
There's so many lines that connect into here, and we have a lot of new employees that we're actually trying to train on and get them to know the knowledge and have the experience to come out and do this type of things.
Pomes worked with drainage crews to remove tires and debris, restoring water flow just in time for expected heavy rain over the next few days.
This is not going to be a hurricane type event or a tropical storm event as we see it right now. It'll be mainly a big rain event that'll move in through probably the south of us and over to the west side of the city.
Parish crews also spent the past several days pumping down drainage canals, making room for additional rainfall. St. Bernard officials expect to begin feeling the effects of the tropical system Thursday afternoon. They're asking residents to prepare for heavy rain and remain weather aware. Pomes plans to keep his boots close by until the storm passes.
But I don't mind doing the field work, every now and then. Not a big deal. It feels good to get out the office a little bit anyhow.
And as of the latest advisory, St. Bernard officials tell us that they are also expecting up to a 3-foot storm surge for the south and east-facing shores of the parish. We're live in Arabi. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.
Okay, Paul, thanks so much for that. St. Tammany Public Works crews have been out clearing canals and drainage ditches as well. They've been removing debris and vegetation so that the water can flow more freely there and that it doesn't end up in homes and businesses. The self-service sandbag stations are now ready for residents at all the usual locations across St. Tammany Parish. You can see those 5 locations on your screen right now. Just remember to bring your own shovel. Sandbag stations opened at noon today.